Hello, friends. It's Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and today I have an autumnally staged pick-a-pile reading. Whenever you find this reading, trust that there's a nugget here for you. And if you found your way to this video, I'm sure you're familiar with the pick-a-pile process, but for those uninitiated, let's review. I've chosen 3 decks, and I have blindly chosen cards and paired them with a blindly chosen rune. Now, the first pile is the Unfolding Path Tarot, second is Lightseers, and third is Modern Witch. Pile number 1, the Unfolding Path Tarot, is paired with a Rose Quartz rune. Pile number 2 is paired with a Green Jade rune. And pile number 3 is paired with an Obsidian rune. So take a moment to hold in your mind a question you have or an area of your life you would like a little guidance on, a little advice about, or even just validation, confirmation about. Hold that question or subject in your mind and select the pile that you are drawn to. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3 time-stamped below. So when you choose, I'll see you there. Hello, pile 1 people. Let's get started with your reading by starting with the rune. This Rose Quartz rune is Othala. Othala. I hope you can see it. Othala. That's the rune of inheritance. It sometimes refers to actual property, like when you inherit something when a grandparent passes away or something like that. It can refer to taking over the family business when your dad is ready to retire or something along those lines. It can refer to sort of inherited skills, like if your mom was a doctor and you're a doctor and now your kid is going to med school, something like that. It could also refer to family philosophies, family baggage, like sometimes we inherit poor ways of dealing with frustration from family members, or, that tendency to be a martyr. If you grew up in a family where, certain kinds of responses were valued, shared, recognized, become habits. So there's an element of something you get from your forebears, from your ancestors, from your family. Maybe tangible, maybe traits. Let's dig into the tarot and see what we've got going on. Okay, Queen of Wands. I hope you can see this. The Moon. 10 of Cups. And the Emperor was at the bottom of the deck. When I do this style reading, I use the card from the bottom of the deck as the kind of where you're at right now and where your energy is kind of showing up or moving. And the Emperor is actually very steady because he's a builder, he's a visionary, he is an entrepreneur, he is a boss. He gets stuff done and usually has underlings or people to help him create his vision or bring his vision to fruition. Now, I'm using male pronouns, but it doesn't matter what your gender is. This card is reflecting you. There's very much an entrepreneurial vibe. So this could be you working on your own business, working a side hustle, taking a leadership role at work, opening your own business, like I said. And the fact that it's next to this family inheritance card, again, it could be like taking over the family business or moving into something that your family did, or using traits or skills or philosophies that you learned from your family into the next phase as you build the life that you want, the life that you see for yourself, the vision you have. Right next to the Emperor, we have the Queen of Wands, who is also a leader. She's not just a leader, she's magnetic. She can get people passionate about what she's passionate about. She's often center stage. Again, I'm using female pronouns, but no matter your gender, this is also a reflection on kind of your next phase energy, right? So sometimes the Queen has to deal with, or she's all about creative projects. Sometimes she's really about strength and physical strength and fitness routines and fitness programs. And it could be the kind of thing where you decide to take on a marathon or join a new gym or take on weight training or Pilates or something like that. But this Queen can also be just in the center of attention, whether it's like a community theater play or like as a teacher in front of the classroom, a professor. This could be a lawyer, litigator, something like that. I'm throwing all this stuff out there because, you know, this is a general reading, and so different people are finding resonance in different pockets of their lives, right? But the essence of this card is getting really fired up to bring your message or bring your talents or bring your creative abilities to a sort of an audience. Again, I'm getting like a kind of an entrepreneurial vibe with you know, all of this, using strengths or family traits or family hobbies or, you know, just family beauty. Well, it's something that you're fired up about. That's the thing about this Queen. That's the thing about Wands, right? In its essence, it's a passion project that gets you fired up, that gets your motor running, your blood pumping. So it could, that, you know, that could be creative, that could be athletic, but it's something that you're bringing to the next level and bringing people in, drawing people in, sharing people, and maybe making a name for yourself, or you know, leading a team or inspiring others as you do this thing that you do, maybe this thing inherited from your family. Now, there is a bit of a warning, or a bit of a, not a roadblock, but just maybe a small word of caution here. Now, the Moon card, it can be dealing a lot with fantasies and dreams and dreaminess, and it's really a great card if you're working on a creative project. It can help you really generate or nurture ideas, stories, songs, melodies. If that's your thing, it could be a really positive card, a really fertile time for ideas and creative endeavors. If that isn't your thing, this could be a time where you get caught up in your ideas of how things are happening behind the scenes that aren't really based in truth or aren't really rooted in reality. It's a time when you might get caught up in, you know, those imaginary conversations we have with other people when, like, we're mad at them, or when we're working out how we're going to tell them we have a crush on them, or working out how we're going to, you know, call them out on something that, you know, hurt our feelings or made us angry, whatever it is. Sometimes the Moon can get you caught up in that drama that isn't actually true. It's just drama that's kind of being generated in your own kind of dreamy, emotional space, and might get blown out of proportion. It might be fears or hopes or insecurities that kind of go a little wonky. There's just, just a little warning here if you're getting stuck on some fears or some relationship questions or concerns. There could be some stuff that you're generating in your own mind, in your own sort of fantasies, that doesn't really reflect how other people see you or how other people want to engage with you, or something that's happening behind the scenes. So there is just this little word of caution about not letting your fears and fantasies run away with you. The sun will rise again, and you'll be able to see the big picture, and you'll be able to see clearly and understand whatever it was that caused the concern will dissipate in the sunlight. Finally, we have the Ten of Cups, which is such a lovely card for connections, for feeling connected to your loved ones, feeling connected to your coworkers or community, creative collaborators, that sort of a thing. It's really a lovely card of feeling emotionally sated, emotionally full, emotionally satisfied, which is so interesting to see after this moon card, which for some people might be, this kind of creative process, but for other people, this might be kind of a negative experience in worrying about your relationships. It flows into this other phase of feeling content, feeling satisfied, feeling safe, feeling connected. So all in all, this reading is very lovely. I do very much with this going on here, there's very much a sort of a businessy, work-related, entrepreneurial, maybe even a creative endeavor like writing a novel or bringing your, getting a demo together and getting your music out there, something like that. And whatever it is that you are envisioning as, a business or as a life, something for permanence that gets you really fired up. This might be a little bit of fear, concern, or just kind of full moon looniness, or it could be creative inspiration, a really unique, really dreamy, otherworldly sort of, even spiritually driven sort of creativity. But whatever this is, all of this is going to lead to this feeling of connection and emotional satisfaction. It's a really lovely reading. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for dropping by, and we'll see you in the next one. Take good care. Hello, Pile 2 people. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to see what rune you got. Algaes. Algaes. This is the rune of protection. I always have to walk carefully around this rune because I worry that I'm going to spark too much like personal fear. This rune does speak to protection and protecting yourself, but there's sort of this sense of divine protection with this, like being able to see the dangers before they really affect you. And again, I don't mean like danger. It's more of a metaphor for challenges, right? And that you have the tools you need, even if you're unpracticed, even if you're going into a new thing, like a new job or a new school, or pursuing a new goal, a new career, even a new thing like moving to a new neighborhood, moving into retirement. Whenever we face a new situation or kind of a new turning of the wheel, a new phase in our life, we're faced with kind of new things that we haven't dealt with before. But this rune tells us not to worry. We have everything we need. We have divine protection. We have the tools to deal with whatever we need to deal with. We have the skills to heal ourselves. One of the ways I first learned about this rune was as like an elk foraging in the fall, and the elk hears a twig snap and immediately knows that's some kind of a predator. You know, they have stranger danger warning and they bound off, and you know, their reflexes are so quick that they're safe, they're protected, they have the skills they need. You know, they're very fast or whatever it is, great hearing, whatever it is. This rune says you have what you need to face whatever challenges are upcoming in the next cycle, as you move towards something greater. Let's see how the tarot connects to this. Wow. 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, I drew the King of Pentacles from the bottom of the deck, and for me this is kind of like you in this moment, and this is kind of like what's coming next. Okay, 6 of Wands, total victory card. 3 of Pentacles, work being seen, your work being seen, sometimes collaboration, but like really good collaboration, sometimes word of mouth, like your craft is so amazing that people are talking about it, people are sending business your way, people are paying attention, following you on social media, whatever it is. 7 of Cups is a little dreamy. It's like feeling you have a lot of options out there, but maybe, do you? Which ones are for you? Which choice to pick? There's a little bit of fantasy and indecision with this card. But here in the who you are, where you are, the King of Pentacles is so super chill because he knows who he is. He knows what he can do. He knows he has everything he needs. He has everything he needs for the next phase. He lives in comfort. Sometimes the King of Pentacles is interpreted as someone who's like super rich or like a CEO or, you know, somebody with a real position of prominence, and this could be. But I think it's really more, it's not about the riches that you have, okay? It's about the comfort you have in your life. You don't necessarily have to be a CEO to have a comfortable, sensual, wonderful life. And the King of Pentacles is comfortable where he is with what he has built for himself. I'm using male pronouns just out of habit with the King of Pentacles. No matter what your gender is, this super chill dude, the super sensual, comfortable, chill guy is, you know, where you are, where you deserve to be in your life right now. You have all the tools you need, you have all the defense you need, you have everything you need to do to move into this next phase. And it looks like huge victory here with the 6 of Wands. She's got the victory wreath, that's taken from the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And here she looks like a rock star, right? Maybe a rock star at Burning Man or something like that. But whatever this is, if it's a creative thing, if it's an athletic thing, an entrepreneurial thing, whatever this is, it's not only successful because other people want it. It's important to remember that the success comes from being secure with who you are and what you have to make this happen. And the 3 of Pentacles, super grounded, right? As I mentioned before, sometimes it's interpreted as a card of cooperation, collaboration, teamwork, that sort of thing. But I always see this as more of a reflection of one person's, like your skills, talents, work product, work ethic being recognized, being seen. Like in this particular card, this guy is a little bit higher than these other two people. He might be their boss. He might be the designer, architect of this macrame. I mean, I'm not really sure what's happening in this card. But in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there is one person who is higher than the other two, and does seem to be in a place more of prominence, which to me always speaks to that piece where you, indicating you, the receiver of this card, receiving some sort of acknowledgement, being noticed, being rewarded with more clients, customers, followers, something like that. Again, it fits in a lot with this, with a kind of entrepreneurial or creative project kind of feel. And then over here we have the Seven of Cups, which is a dreamy card. This character looks like he's trying to make a decision, like he has a lot of ideas and isn't quite sure what to go with. To me, this feels a lot like the place you can get to after you've reached, you know, a certain kind of level or plateau of success. And then when you're thinking about how to branch out next, or what other project to add to your schedule, something like that, product line maybe, having a lot of ideas but not really being sure which way to go, or having a lot of options. Sometimes it's thinking you have a lot of options, but then when you go after that one, it kind of evaporates or it doesn't quite work out. The Seven of Cups does suggest that not everything that you're kind of dreaming on, planning on, anticipating, ruminating on is really going to come to fruition. Not everything is going to come to like three-dimensional, but there is the encouragement or the support here to try new stuff. There's kind of an improvisational vibe with the Seven of Cups. You know, just go for it, see what happens, try something new. And we of course gain skills from failure too. So there's the encouragement with this card to go ahead and test the market, go ahead and test your skills. Ultimately, you know you have what you need to be successful, to be comfortable, and you have divine protection. You have what you need to protect yourself in the event that maybe something doesn't go exactly to plan, or takes longer, or just turns out to be not as much fun or not as fulfilling as maybe you had hoped. This is a really lovely reading. Again, to me, this seems pretty kind of entrepreneurial or creative. So I hope that resonates. It's a general reading. So if you're inspired, let me know how this shows up for you down in the comments, how this fits into kind of your specifics. But in any case, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for dropping by. Take good care. Pile 3 people, welcome. Let's get into your reading here. Let's start with your rune. This is obviously obsidian for protection and groundedness. Ooh, Tiwaz. Let's see, can you see that? Tiwaz. Tiwaz is the rune of the warrior, going for it, being strong, courageous, bold, fighting for what you believe in. There's the element of also of justice, of being right, and you know, when you do the right thing and you follow your heart and you're doing the right thing for the right reasons, you know, there's very much the idea of success through standing up for, fighting for what you want, for what you believe in. Let's see how the tarot connects to that. Oh, wow. Yeah. So 7 of Wands. She's a warrior in some F me pumps boots. Ooh, 2 of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Wowzer. Okay, so I pulled this one from the bottom of the deck. I used this card in this position to stand for you, for your energy, what you're bringing, where you're at right now. And the Sun is a card of, you know, brightness, joy, ease, victory, passion, but like a simple kind of passion, like easy passion, like just being joyful and ready to go, and feeling like you know your place, you know where you're going, you're not in a rush to get there. It's a really happy card, right? And interesting, here we have this Seven of Wands, which is obviously someone fighting for something, defending herself from something. For me, this card always comes up personally. I happen to be an actor in my other life outside of tarot, and this is always the audition card for me when you've got a big audition coming up. When, you know, and if you're not an actor, this could be an interview, this could be, you know, having a conversation, a difficult conversation with maybe a roommate or a family member or something like that. But of course, we remember, if you're doing the right thing for the right reason, you know, if you're courageous and are honorable and truthful and present your point or your monologue or whatever it is directly with confidence, success comes with this card. Next to this, we have the Two of Wands, which is the card of expansion, of passion projects, of the things that get you excited to get out of bed in the morning, the things that you're working towards, the things that you're building skills towards, being in that place where you're making stuff happen for yourself, where you're on fire and you are doing the thing, taking the steps, building the platforms, or, you know, getting the word out. This is also a courageous card. This is also a card about being fired up. This could be a creative project. This could be an entrepreneurial project. I love in this deck, the Modern Witches Tarot, how she's you know, got a cell phone in there. Maybe she's making a call, getting a call, texting somebody, blasting something on social media. You know, she is making things happen. And I'm just using feminine pronouns out of habit. You know, all of these cards, even if they're, no matter what your gender are, this is all, you know, your stuff, your energy, your joy, your courage, your action. Now, in all of these pick-a pile readings, I've always had one little kind of card, one little kind of word of warning card. You know, the Five of Pentacles doesn't look like super happy. And there's such a juxtaposition between the fiery sun, you know, she's in the desert, she's in, I don't know, Greece. And here we are, it's cold and they're bundled up in snow, and such a difference between the energy of these other cards, right? But what I think this is getting to is the Five of Pentacles can sometimes feel like, or come up when you feel like you're in it by yourself, you're in it alone, you've been abandoned, you're kind of outcast, or it has a kind of bereft kind of feeling. And in all of these cards, you know, here's a single gal. Again, gender isn't really important, but they're single, solo, solitary individuals in all of these cards. And I think what this Five of Pentacles is getting to is, you know, even though you're the one that brings the courage and the confidence and you're building something for yourself, just remember there's other people rooting for you too. You're not just by yourself, even though some things you have to do for yourself. Sometimes you're the only one in the room if you're doing the interview or the audition or whatever, but you're not taking on the world by yourself. The Five of Pentacles speaks to help, relief, encouragement, safe harbor being nearby. In the Five of Pentacles cards, the artwork usually has what looks like a stained glass window. So the kind of building that these individuals are walking past looks like a church, right? Now, not all of us have great associations with organized religion, but it's supposed to symbolize a safe haven, a place where you can rest, a place where you can share your fears, concerns, community, hope, rest, sanctuary. So the fact that this shows up here for you, there is this reminder that if you face a little burnout because you're working so hard, because you have to be so brave and courageous, don't be afraid to ask for help. Go somewhere where it feels safe. Obviously, if an actual church does not feel safe to you, you know, check in with your college buddies or your mom or a sister, or, you know, whatever feels like safety to you. It's okay. You don't have to be brave all the time. It's okay to turn to your community for help, for rest, for sanctuary. All in all, this is a really lovely, fiery reading. And I just want to remind you that the first card here, the Sun, is happy, it's joy, it's carefree, it's feeling, you know, unlike this card here, this child feels safe. This child is safe. This child is in the light. This little soul is trusting. And so that's really the essence of where you want to be. This card is not who you are. It's just a reminder that there is help, respite, relief if you get burned out from this part of the journey, from, you know, being courageous and fighting for what you want or what you believe in or what is right for you. So whether this is a creative thing, an entrepreneurial thing, you know, school, work, but whatever it is, it's different for different people. This is a general reading, so it's going to hit different people in different parts of your lives. But whatever this is for you, it's something that's important. It's something that speaks to you in your heart of hearts, in your safest place. It's something that excites you, something that feels right, something that you want to fight for, something that you want to stand up for or audition for, something that you're throwing your hat in the ring for. You want this thing, and it's right for you. It's absolutely right for you. Just remember, you're not in it alone. You have support. You have a place to turn when you just need a little rest between battles or auditions or interviews or whatever it is for you. I'd love to hear what it might be for you. If you feel like sharing, you can put it down in the comments. Whatever you're jazzed about, whatever you're fighting for, I'd love to hear how that resonates with you. In any case, thank you so much for dropping by. Until next time, take good care.